Yeah, Alan Nielsen. I work for Karma Radio based in Alice Springs, and I'm one of the RIBS coordinators. And RIBS is Remote Indigenous Broadcasting Service. Basically, that's looking after all the remote communities in Central Australia with radio. Basically, in a lot of the communities that we visit, they don't even have mobile coverage. One of the big issues that I have, like just something simple, like like if they went to the clinic because they had an emergency or something, they got no way of contacting someone because there's no like phone coverage, and I mean a lot of them don't even have landlines like in their homes or anything. Basically, it's the government buildings or the shire buildings that have that sort of capability, but I mean the community themselves, they don't. There's no internet access, no Wi-Fi or anything like that. So basically, the schools do have it, but it's like hardwired in, internet, and I don't think it's that good. Like it's not a strong broadband. So yeah, everyone knows that the education in these communities is below par, and I mean if they have access to a lot of the resources that mainstream or bigger towns have, that education level in them communities is just going to probably go skyrocketing. Kids love playing with iPads and phones. They mightn't be able to access the internet, but they can still play or muck around with iPads and iPhones and phones in generally. But you imagine if they can actually get educational resources and all that through their phones, their iPads, or any other telecommunication device that allows them to get access to resources on the internet. Not only that, like with the work that we do, it's about radio. One of the issues that I brought up about the radio concerns was that you got to move with the times. So we're installing digital desks and digital software that's going to be all linked by the internet, so you can solve problems from back at your hub. Back in Alice Springs, we can log on and fix simple problems that would normally take sometimes up to 9 hours to drive to that community, maybe just to push a button to get back on air. Whereas if you had online access, you could do that via the internet. To have the internet within these communities, not only is it going to better education, medical resources, allow mob to be able to ring if there's an emergency within their community. It's also going to be a good way of making radio a better platform for radio in communities, because at the end of the day, the radio that we put into a lot of our communities, it's the only radio. There's no more ABC in a lot of the communities once the vast digital system was rolled out. So I mean, it's an issue, but I mean, it all comes back to that simple thing: is if you got an emergency situation, you can't even ring for help, due to the fact that you don't have a connection to a phone, like mobile phone that we take for granted, in, like I said, the bigger cities and the bigger towns. So.